And reach your body long and welcome yourself to now. If you're not ready to put your arms over your head, you don't have to. But just see if you can sort of begin with an awareness, maybe even touch your belly, like hands to the belly, just circling as if you were kind of circling the drain around your belly button, and maybe even wider around sort of the four corners that you might notice, two hip bones and two rib cage bones, rib bones, and just circle like you're circling the drain. And you can use a little bit of pressure on your fingertips. You might pause in a place that feels like, ooh, that feels like a good spot to just pause and press a little bit. And if you do pause and press, see if you can reach out from a limb that you're pausing around. So maybe it's your right side lower belly, and maybe reach out through that right leg, for example. Or maybe it's your left rib, and maybe you reach out through that left arm. Or maybe the left leg, or maybe in opposition, maybe the right arm or leg. So just play for a couple moments here as you arrive. Tune into what's interesting. Find your breath in it all. And just take 3 conscious inhales and exhales. Just as you're touching, put your attention to your breath. And just pause your belly, hand to belly, right at the on top of the belly button. Just pause your nice warm hands at your belly. And if there's any intention that wants to be formed for your practice, now is a moment to name that to yourself. You could speak it out loud, you could whisper it. It could be a color or an image, it doesn't have to be words. And as you reach your arms overhead, just breathe that intention through every single part of your body. And once you're ready, start with some ankle circles. So you might be circling clockwise or counterclockwise. You might spell a name or do the alphabet. Move those ankles around. And you could always switch directions, switch gears. And then while you're moving your ankles, toes, feet, see if you can find your breath. And see if you can spread your awareness from your feet and ankles up to your knees. What's happening there as you're circling your ankles? What's happening in your hips or your spine? And then go ahead and reach out one leg and then the other, as if you're lengthening from your waistline, reaching one leg and then the other. Draw that belly button in that we were just attending to, and go ahead and reach out through hips and legs and feet. And maybe you reach opposite arm or same arm. It's getting a little longer. Take a big breath in. And just rest everything for a moment. Soften it all as you exhale. Let's walk the legs over and together over to the left side. Legs are together. And the arms reach also over to the left. And the left hand takes the right wrist and gives a little tug as the right shoulder draws down. And the right toes turn to the left, and the left heel comes on top of the right foot. Say hello to your entire right side, from pinky finger right down through pinky toe, all the way down. Sending your breath and awareness down and maybe back up that right side. Your head might move a little bit. Have you moved all your body parts yet? I think you have. Take one more breath like this. And come back to the middle, and let's hug the knees into the chest and rock out side to side through the low back, through the hips. Let your head roll with this rock. Hands to the knees and circle the knees. And let your whole body be moved by this circle. Circling in the other direction when you're ready. Hands guiding the legs, the knees, and re-extend the legs. And reach the arms overhead. And we'll, instead of circling the ankles, we'll just point and flex the ankles a couple times, just to attend to the feet. And then we'll walk the legs on over to the right. Legs come together. Arms also reach to the right. So you're kind of in this banana shape or crescent moon shape. The right hand takes the left wrist and tugs as the left shoulder houses down. And the left toes point to the right as the right heel comes up top of the outer left foot. And just find your breath. Feel into the stretch. Take one more breath. And let's release. And this time, find your block. Place it between your inner thighs, all the way down by your groin, and squeeze that block with your inner thighs. If you don't have a block, just squeeze your legs together. And as you squeeze, we're just going to take mini bridges. So squeeze and lift. Just a couple of these. Squeezing the block is going to strengthen your inner thighs. The inner groin muscles, part of the inner hip and a complex. Make a few lifts in your own pace. You might be going fast, you might be going slow, you might be very small. Follow your breath. And meet me up in an early bridge. And interlace your hands underneath you if that's there for you. If not, you can grab the sides of your mat. Broaden your chest. Squeeze that block. Find one more breath. And let's gently come down. Remove the block. Rock on up a couple of times if it's there for you. Up and down the length of your back. Keep your chin tucked. If this is not for you, meet me in tabletop, all fours. That's where we're going. So find your tabletop. Take a moment to draw your belly in and lengthen out your spine. Crown lengthens forward, tail lengthens back. Press into the tops of your feet and lift your kneecaps off the mat just a couple inches, hooding your belly for 5, 4, 3, 2, release, and come on into some cats and cows. Inhale, lifting chin, chest, eyes, and tail. And exhale, rounding down, head drops, tail drops, back arches, maybe the head shakes out a little bit. You move your way in your own pace. Find your breath. Return to the breath again and again. Enjoy the movement. Enjoy the magic. Notice your intention. Is it happening? Are you making it come true? A few more rounds. Make any sounds or sighs that feel right. Pause in any places that feel important. Rest anytime you need. Modify your practice for your own being. Let's pause in tabletop. Next inhale. Bring the knees together and exhale, gaze past the right shoulder toward the right ankle. Let your left hip jut out, C-shape to the spine. And inhale back through center and exhale off to the other side. And work with your breath once again. Any sounds or sighs are welcome. Moving in your own pace. Opening the side body. Front, back, sides. We want to attend to it all. Take a few more rounds. Make sure your head is moving. Last one. Come on back to neutral. Curl your toes under and set your hips back towards your heels, lengthening out your arms. You might paw your palms really into the mat to open up the soles of the feet. Reach back through the heels and see if you can balance through all 10 toes, opening up the sole of the foot, drawing the shoulders down the back, expanding the arm bones, breathing into it all. One more breath. Come on up. And let's tap the tops of the feet. Little mini tantrum. Anything you need to get out. Here it is. Take one more breath. Curl the toes under, rise on up to downward facing dog. Press your palms forward and walk out your dog. Bend one knee and then the other. Send one hip back and then the other. Find your deep breath in all of this. Any sounds or sighs are welcome. Pawing back through the outer hip, one after the other. Let's turn the toes to the left and the heels to the right and expand through the left side. You might lift the 5 toes of your left heel, by the way. I like doing that. And then turn it on to the other side. Toes to the right, heels to the left. Right side body gets a beautiful stretch. One more breath. Come on back to center. Launch your right leg high to the sky and circle out your right ankle. Pull back through your heels and press forward through your palms. Circle the ankle in the other direction. Stack your right hip over your left. Bend your right knee and roll your hip open. Press your right foot toward your left shoulder. Yum. Circle out that right knee, attending to the hip joint, the region around the hip, the belly and the thigh, maybe the glute. Circle in the other direction. Launch your right leg high to the sky. Again, pull back through each heel, press forward through each palm. Big breath in. And let's step the right foot forward, dip down gently onto the left knee. Go ahead and turn your right toes out to about 2 o'clock. Sink in through your hips. Check for gum under the sole of the right foot. And just take a little sway around. Just move it your way. Let your body kind of guide you. If you need to release a hand just to ease out your wrists, please do so. Deepen into a stretch that feels delicious. You might pause, you might keep moving. We're going to turn so that we're on the outer edge of the left foot and spin our torso to face the back of the mat. Maybe the right hand reaches back behind you. Let this be your own shape that feels right. Right knee opens away from the body. Spine spins for 3, 2. Find your deliciousness in this. One more breath. And let's unfurl. Turn the right toes forward. Sink back on the back heel and lengthen out that right leg. You might reach for the foot or beyond it or near it. And lengthen out your spine and find a big breath in. And a long breath out. Let your head bow. Big breath in. Toes alive. Long breath out. If you can reach your foot with your hands, give your foot a little love, a little massage. Just play, whatever that looks like. One more breath. And we're going to fly, standing splits, standing on that right foot, launching your left leg into space. Karate kick that left leg super high as the head bows, maybe shakes out. Unweight your hip, your right hip. Don't collapse into it. Take a breath, inhale. And let's step back strong, high plank. Reach back through the heels, engage the kneecaps, launch through the crown. Send your shoulders away from your ears. Take a breath. And bring the knees down, the chest and the chin down. And wiggle worm down to your belly and lift on up to your forearms. And come on into a wise Sphinx pose. Opening the collarbones, arching the back.
Maybe pressing into the hands and lifting a little higher if that's there for you. Or you can stay low. You can modify to your degree. Maybe you look up a little bit. Yeah, maybe you just sway a little bit side to side. Come on down. Bend your knees, reach your hands back for your feet. Keep your forehead down. We're just gonna press the pubic bone and the fronts of the thighs into the mat, forehead on the ground. Lengthen out that front body. Take a big breath in, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, release those legs. Come on up, high plank, inhale. And exhale, draw back down dog, belly leads the way, hips high. Head nods yes. Notice every hair on your head. Imagine you could. Shake out no. What are your no's today? Palms press forward, hips rise high, left leg flows up to the sky. Circle out that left ankle as you pull back through each heel and press forward through each palm. Circle in the other direction. Stack your left hip over your right. Bend your left knee and roll your hip open. Enjoy. Just love up your body here. Find your way with this. Circle out your left knee. Circling in the other direction when you're ready. Launching your left leg high to the sky. Press through the palms, lengthen back through the heels. Inhale, lift a little higher maybe. And step that left foot forward. Dip down gently onto the right knee. Once again, turn your toes to this time 10 o'clock and come up on the knife edge of that left foot and just move it your way. You might, by the way, use blocks. You might come down on your forearms. This could look very different for each person. You might be very still or you might enjoy the movement. You might pause. We're going to meet on the outer edge of that right leg, turning to face the back of the mat. Maybe the left hand comes behind as you spin, spin, spin through each vertebra. Find your breath within it all. Left knee presses away from the body. Breath in. Unwind, breath out. Turn to face the top of your mat. Toes, left toes turn forward. Hips draw back to back leg. And reach maybe for that foot play. Give your foot a little love in the form of massage. Give your spine a little love in the form of breath. Find a sigh, letting go of any built up tension you may have in your being. Let your head go if you haven't yet. Take one more breath. Stand on that left foot. Launch your way into a standing split. Right leg flows high to the sky, unweighting the hip joint, the left hip joint. So you're not collapsing, but you're rising, even as you're rooting through the left foot. One more breath. Find your cherry on top moment. Inhale. And exhale, we'll step back strong. High plank to this time just hovering, low push-up. Inhale, up dog. Fronts of hips open, shoulders drop. Let your head move a little bit. Let your tongue stick out and wiggle your nose. We've got to get every part of the body. Let your eyes kind of back to your eyelids. One more breath. And let's set back into a child pose, hips back, arms long. 2 breaths. Rise your way when you're ready, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in and really open up your dog with a big breath out. Engage those kneecaps. Give your head a yes, noticing your yeses. And one more opportunity to shake a no. And bend your knees and look forward and spring step or float to the top of your mat. Lift and lengthen, hands to shins for that flat back moment. Belly super strong. Exhale, bow, fold, hug in. And you can walk your feet wide. You can bend your knees a little or a lot.
invitation to pull your hair, to soothe and smooth the back of the neck. Maybe there's a massage or a squeeze in there for you, shoulders, neck, jaw, temples. Can you feel all 10 toes? Maybe give them a little wiggle. Can you feel the inner and outer edges of your feet? Maybe kind of roll your feet in and out, just playing with your arches. Can you touch your hands to your feet and give your feet a little love? Just a quick interlace of the fingers up to the sky, reaching the arms high. As the head bows, maybe bend your knees more with this. Take a breath, launching the arms up and maybe a little forward. Releasing the hands, bending the knees, rolling, rounding, finding each vertebra as you press through your feet, rounding your spine all the way up to standing. Once you've gotten to the top, take a little bounce through your body, take a little shake, maybe kick out each leg, maybe take a little jog or a dance or a hop, maybe a cheer. Woo, 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 woo. What's in there for you? Woo! Energize the body. Shake it out. Woo! Let's take a swing around because we love it. And a little touch of the fists, loose fists on opposite sides of the body. You're touching your rib cage at the top, around just under your collarbones, and touching the back of the rib cage in the back. And then you're going to switch your touch to just around the rib cage, front and back. Woo! And then sternum and sacrum. Sternum's right at the top middle of the chest. Sacrum's at the very base of your spine. And then just let the arms fly and flow anywhere. And let yourself gently slow. Find yourself at the top of your mat with a stand. See if you can check in with your jaw. How about the notch of your sternum right at the base of your neck? How does that invite in some breath for you? Turn your palms open and just take a moment with a small dance in your body, noticing just the tiny shifts, the subtleties of being in gravity and alive in a body. It's always exploring and seeking, always experimenting, always dancing. And let's come up on our toes just for fun, because it's good. Squeeze the toes, grip the toes to the ground and reach your arms high. Interlace the thumbs, interlock the thumbs, lift the toes, lift the heels rather a little higher. Take a breath. Heels come down, swan dive forward. Lift the 10 toes off the mat now. Just lift them. And then place the toes as you lift and reach to flat back. Inhale. Hamstrings pull back, crown lengthens forward. Step or jump it, high plank. And make your way to low push-up. You can always bring your knees down. Belly strong. Inhale, up dog. Lift the heart. Lift the hips, the fronts of the hips open, right down through the fronts of the ankles. Exhale, pull back, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg high to the sky, and exhale, let's step into our high lunge. Right foot steps, stay on the ball of the left foot, find your balance, have a little gentle bounce, just softening, landing, breathing. Maybe a circle for the shoulders. If you want, re-straighten that back leg or bend it some more and launch your arms high. Take opposite hand to opposite elbow and a side to side, opening up the side ribs. Maybe you have not yet noticed or attended to the space around the side ribs. Although we did start with that side body stretch. Take one more breath. Ooh la la. Reach the arms high.
We're going to fly into a tree pose, standing on the right foot, lifting the left foot somewhere along the inseam of the right leg, could be down to the ground. Hands wherever you like. You might have them out for more balance or at the heart, front or back, beaming to the sky. Foot presses into leg, leg presses into foot. Inner thigh strengthening work. Ground through the 5 toes and the inner and outer heel of the right foot. Take a breath. Swing wide warrior 2. Meet me there. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Right arm walks along the ceiling. Big breath in. Open up that right side. Exhale, meet me, side angle, right elbow to thigh, left arm over the ear. And breathe. And just let the pose blossom little by little your way. Maybe there's a half bind. Maybe you spin the belly and the ribs and the heart to the sky. Maybe the right knee opens toward the pinky toe, strengthening the outer right thigh leg with that kind of movement, that kind of work. Spread through the back leg, one more breath. Feel the cherry on top moment for the pose. And exhale, we'll unfurl and step it back strong. High plank, pausing there, letting everything kind of settle in. Exhale, low push up, your timing. You can head straight to down dog if you wish. Inhale, up dog, thighs drop, heart lifts, shoulders drop, chest broadens. Exhale, down dog, hips rise. Take a breath, really feel it through your whole body. Let your head go if it's holding. Go ahead and launch the left leg high to the sky, big breath in. Let's step, high lunge, left foot steps. Stay on the ball of the right foot, find your footing. Take a moment to just bounce and be loose. You're on the ball of the back foot. When you bounce, you might notice certain things that you don't notice in stillness. Re-extend that back leg and dip into the left. Reach the arms up, opposite hand to opposite, elbow side to side. Belly stays strong, by the way. Take a breath. Reach the arms on up, big breath in. Let's fly into our tree pose, Vrikshasana, standing on the left foot. Right foot comes to the inseam. Foot presses into leg, leg presses into foot. Strengthen the inner thigh. How does that feel? All the way down, spiraling down your knee and ankle and foot. Can you feel the 4 corners of that left foot and the right, perhaps? Take a breath wherever you are, celebrate. Swing wide warrior 2. Reverse your warrior, opening left side body, big breath in, walk along the sky. Exhale, meet me there, side angle lunge, elbow to thigh, right arm over ear. Shoulders are dropping away from the ears. Head is at ease. Develop your pose your way. Maybe there's a half bind. Again, that invitation to open your left knee, strengthening the outer left side of your leg and your hip, lengthening out the lower back if you can. We'll take another breath just to feel the arrival moment of it all coming together. Unfurl, your timing. Step back to high plank just to kind of rebalance things. And then moving through vinyasa. Your timing, your way. Maybe you head straight to down dog or a child resting pose. Let's meet in a child pose. Feet together, knees wide. Give your tail a little wag. Find a breath, fuller and deeper. What part of your body do you notice right now? Or maybe it's your mind. What's alive? What's present? And then where's the second place you might notice and attend to? Your own timing, find your way back to down dog. We'll take a big breath in and a big breath out. We'll bend the knees and look forward and spring step or float to the top of your mat. Reach out, flat back, belly strong, thighs pull back. Exhale, bow in, fold in, maybe a hug behind the calves. Hands to the feet for a little touch, a little massage if you can reach. You can always bend your knees to get there. You can even touch the soles of your feet with your hands. Release those hands. Let the shoulders dangle as you bend your knees and round your way up to standing. Belly leads the way. Arms float wide and high. Big breath in. Walk those fingertips along the sky as the shoulders find earth. Thighs lift. One breath. Exhale right through the center. Crown of the head. Center of the forehead. Center of the nose and the lips. The chin and the throat. Right straight to the heart. Feeling your midline inside and out. Maybe feel the centers of each leg as well. And take a nice soothing exhale, just softening everything. Bend your knees and if you want, take a block between your inner thighs or just squeeze your inner thighs together. Once again, that inner hip strengthening. Bend your knees, Utkatasana. If you can sweep the floor with your fingertips, that's nice. Sink through the hips, lift through the pinkies, take a breath, squeeze the block, big breath in. Exhale, squeeze the block and swan dive forward. Ha. Squeeze that block as you lift and lengthen. Flat back, reach out long. Can you find your way? Maybe it's a walk back with the block. Maybe it's a hop. It's a high plank with the block. Squeeze that block. Feel your strength. Feel the belly lift. Low push up with the block. Inhale, up dog with the block. And find your way down dog with the block. Block's gonna go clattering as the right leg flows up to the sky. Inhale. Let's step warrior two. Right foot steps. Left foot spins flat. Have that block handy at the top of your mat. Just land your warrior. Reach your arms out. Find your gaze point. Once again, open that right knee. Feel the strength that it takes around the outer edge of your leg and your hip. Lengthen your low back as you lift your belly. Turn your palms open and reverse your warrior. Right arm high. Right leg straightens this time. Open up the right side as you hinge and do Trikonasana, triangle pose. Right side stays super long. And the right hand lands on that block. Or maybe to the floor, your shin or your big toe, you choose. Lengthen out your low back. Spin belly, ribs, and heart. Top arm flows skyward as the bottom arm is grounding earthward. You could always microbend your right knee if that's needed, always. Left hand to hip. Let's find our half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Left foot steps in, finally karate kicking it into space, expanding, the expanding spandrel. Tuck your right hip under you. Maybe you bend your left knee and reach back for your left foot. Squeeze your shoulder blades together if you're doing so. Take a breath, inhale. And let's step the left foot to the top and reach out long to that flat back. Place the block between the thighs if you feel like it. And exhale, bow, fold. Shake out your head, let it go. Smooth out the back of the neck. Send a little moment of gratitude for showing up today. Find the breath in that. Squeeze the block, bend your knees, sweep the floor, and reach the arms high. Feel the four corners of your feet as you bend your knees and hips back, pinkies high, shoulders drop, block squeezed, big breath in. Exhale, fold and bow. Let it go. Lift and lengthen, reach long. Can you jump or step with the block, the high plank? And low push up with the block, squeeze it. Inhale, up dog, squeeze, block, thighs drop, heart lifts, collarbones open. Exhale, down dog, hips rise high. Left leg flows to the sky as the block ladders to the ground. Let's step straight into our warrior two. Find that block at the top for good use. Land your warrior two. Landing, writhing with all your parts. Reverse your warrior and straighten out that left leg. Inhale. Exhale, hinging, lengthening. Left side stays long. Left hand lands where it will, on a block. Right arm flows high, big wingspan between the arms, skyward and earthward. Always can be a micro bend in the knee. Lengthen your torso, lengthen out your spine. Take a breath. And we'll fly into our half moon. So the left hand steps forward of the pinky toe, karate kick right leg into space, open like a starburst, open like a sun. Feel the four corners of your left foot, and maybe you reach back for your right foot, bending the knee. Maybe not. No pressure. Couple more breaths. Maybe the shoulder blades squeeze together in the back. And we'll step the right foot to meet the left. Lift and lengthen, flat back reach. Exhale, bow, fold. Shake out your head. Find a nice full breath. See if you can melt just a little more. And step your way back to downward facing dog. Just walk your feet back. Let it feel interesting. Thighs pull back, palms press forward, belly just gets pulled in, vacuumed in. Head is a little more free. Can you test that out? Jaw, where is it at? Just scan through your body. What do you need right now in this down dog moment? Let's reach the right leg high and step into our pigeon. Right foot to left wrist. Sink through the hips, lift through the heart. Just take a moment in upright to let your hips land, and maybe you need some support under them or around them. Maybe the hands come to the foot or calf. Really nice moment to massage and really feel the dimension of your strong leg muscles and strong foot muscles. Take a breath wherever you are. And you can stay upright or you can bow in, fold in. You can use any supports that you wish. I always love a little something under my belly, under my forehead. Go cush, why not? Enjoy this practice and what it can give to you. Enjoy your choices during this practice. Maybe you're pushing yourself a little more. Maybe you're backing off a little more. Notice your tendencies and see if you can shift a little bit, even just a little bit. Bodies these days are tending to hold a lot of stress and tension. So could you relax your shoulders? Could you relax your breath? Could you relax your jaw? How about your hips? Last couple breaths. One more breath in. We could stay here all day, right?
Mhm.
Oh, and you can stay if you want. We'll stay a couple more breaths just because it feels so nice. And we'll rise. So go ahead and keep that right knee bent for now. And we'll swing the left leg around to the outside of that right bent leg. And right arm hugs around the bent left leg. Left arm flows high, like you're, just connecting to the sky. And then rainbow the left arm round the back and turn and twist and spin. Shoulders drop, head is at ease. Any movements the head needs to make. Focus on your breath and how it supports your twist. One more breath. Find the cherry on top moment for this shape. And we'll gently unfurl just to the middle. Lengthen out your right leg and just use your hands to bowstring this hip. This is really nice hip opening work. If you have the ability, you could take your elbows around the lower leg and just rock the baby or bowstring the bow. And place the left ankle on top of the right thigh for what's it's a half lotus pose. And your knee might be floating in space like mine is. It can also come to the ground, but maybe you need a big something under that left knee. And you're going to take your hands to your left foot and you're just going to send it some touch and some love. The right leg is kind of our support. If your knee is in any pain, switch positions. And let the kind of love that you're sending to your foot invite in ease of breath. Tend to the top of the foot, top of the ankle. Let's release the leg and lengthen it out and just give a little shake to the knees. Just notice what's happening in your body and a little circle for the ankles. So take a notice of each foot, each leg. Soles of feet come together. Knees come wide. And once again, if you need some support, you can place blocks on the outer thighs. And use your fingers to pull each toe, like the petals of a lotus. You can take all 5 toes with each hand. Could be nice. You could press on the sole, and the elbows can come to those inner thighs as you're pressing on the sole of the foot. And you're just folding forward a little bit, just a little bit. Lengthen out your back. Bow over your feet. Bow to your feet. Thank them. Yes, blow them a kiss or kiss them for all they do for you all day. Feel the spine stretching, fronts of the spine, backs of the spine, sides of the spine. Land here. Just bow and surrender. A nice exhale as you rise. Yay. And yeah, draw your knees in with your hands and find your way back to down dog where we started this sequence. So find your way back and let the downward dog kind of rebalance everything. Kind of like an etch a sketch out. When you're ready, left leg launches and steps to the right foot, and you sink through your hips and lift through your heart. And we paused here for some time. So set any supports that are needed underneath you, around you. Stay upright. Bring your hands maybe to your foot or your calf or your thigh for a little dimensional massage, almost like a Thai massage, kind of pressing into the tissue, into the earth. When you're ready, you fold, you bow, you surrender, and you relax and you release. Settling in for a moment or two. We had a nice long pause here, which felt so good. So just give yourself that time to let go, to release, to notice, to give way. feel. Time to feel yourself. What's going on? Time to get a little more granular about what you notice rather than a big sweep. Like, oh, that's the part that I can identify really specifically, like that part of my hip or, that part of my thought pattern. A few more breaths. Take one more big breath in and make it a sigh out. And we'll rise. We keep that left knee bent. If you want to stay, you're welcome to stay. Feels so good. Swing that right leg around to the outside of the left leg. Hug the left arm around the bent right. And rainbow your right arm around the back and twist and turn. And just let this become your own experience. It's beautiful, ancient, timeless pose. And what's your version of it today? What serves you? Let your intention and your curiosity guide you. Don't get stuck in your patterns. How's your head? What part of your body have you left out? Now's the moment. To include it. Let's unfurl and lengthen out the left leg and bowstring that right hip. You could be holding your shin or your foot, or you can take your elbows to either side of that lower leg. Spine is rising, head is movement. Place the right foot on top of the left thigh. Give yourself the supports you need. So you might need a lot, you might not need any. And you're going to touch the right foot with love and care. Sides could feel very different. Make sure you wiggle your toes and touch the top of the foot and ankle and even into the shin. All these muscles in the lower leg many of them go into the feet. Our feet move because we have a knee and a lower leg and an ankle. And let's release and lengthen those legs and give them a little shake and a circle. And we're going to lie on our backs is the next place we're going. So take your time to get there. And once you've gotten to the back, just give your spine a couple cats and cows on your back. Sometimes I like to include the head, the hands to the back of the head, and the elbows press into the ground for the arch of the back. And then the elbows draw towards one another. The head lifts for the rounding of the back. But you follow your bliss with this, just kind of easing into neutral to integration. We're going to close with a supported bridge, just one last pose for the hips. So place the block underneath the hips, the wide way, so your two pelvic bones and your sacrum are supported. You could stay right here. You could lengthen your legs long. You get the fronts, the tops of your hips. You might feel that nice pull along the belly where we started. And I will invite you to touch the belly again, kind of circling the drain, kind of touching the places of parts that feel good and interesting with your fingers or with a block. Anytime you want or need, you can re-straighten your legs. You could take a quick inversion, lifting the legs to the sky. And we are winding down to the close of the practice. So yogi's choice as to how you get to Shavasana. There's no right way. You are going to come off the block. Maybe you stay on the block for Shavasana. This is your time and your practice. We have time to integrate and to rest and to feel without trying that we are a whole being with a collection of billions of parts. And just keep breaking parts down, 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 down. You know, even the cells get smaller, parts of the cells. How deep can you dive? It's kind of like a zoom in. How deep can you zoom in during this rest? And it's not a thinking process or a doing process. It's just the aliveness of your being as you rest. The vibrancy of each tiny, tiny, tiny particle. Inviting that restful aliveness in Shavasana. And I will call us out. You can just be here. I will call us out in a few minutes. Mm. Mm. And find your big breath in. And find your long breath out. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, softening. Maybe the head rolls gently side to side. Maybe little parts move. Fingers, toes, wrists, ankles. Maybe there's a touch or a stretch that feels yummy as you make your way in your own timing to rolling on your side. There's no rush. Move with care and with the intention that you may have formed. Move like you want to be that. And as you roll on your side and curl up and give yourself a loving hug, just let there be a release of anything that does not serve, that does not belong to you, is excess, that you're just ready to let go. And rise up to seated with that light, a little bit lighterness. And as you find your seat, just be here in your fullness. Maybe we've moved every part. I think we have. I think it's impossible not to. Even just with our breath. Let your hands come to heart center, just to touch in, reminding yourself of what is important, what you're grateful for, where you want to focus your life force energy. And let your eyes bow to that reminder. Let your thumbs rise to your third eye center and let that touch rise, 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 rise you. Connecting to all beings in gratitude, in hope, in peace. Namaste.